What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Tim. We actually are going to have this little meta talk. Long story short, the meta for Weiss Schwarz is just what everybody's going to be playing. Nothing bigger than that. They're probably the most consistent decks to probably win. That's plain and simple why people play it. I have Konosuba, AOT, SAO, Bang, ReZero, and Love Life. I'm not too sure exactly which Love Life is stronger than the other, but people do play Love Life a lot. So my meta, meaning that these are what's going to be played the most at a specific or any regionals because of base consistency. I have Kantai right below it because it did top a regional. Came out of nowhere when the European fleet came out and boom, dominated the European scene. Yeah, it happened. It's pretty funny. The reason why everybody's in C is that they're not played widely. If anybody says otherwise, just look at the breakdowns. Ask what the top team are, what the top players that really love the game are playing. Plain and simple. Review Starlight is underpowered. They are getting probably a boost set because that is an IP from Bushy Road. Bang Dream, I guarantee you, is going to be on a class of its own. It's just making multi-millions for Bushy Road, and I guarantee you that will have the most sets. SAO is going to come strong with their new set coming out, the Alicization Arc. I'm not too sure exactly how to say that right, but you know that's going to be strong. And again, ReZero is going to be even more powerful with the Memory Snow OVA. Konosuba, it should be winding down, but in general, that should stay there. People love Megumi 100%. There's just no way. But yeah, other than that, C tier. It's just people do have the decks. I don't see them topping anytime soon. I was just listening to a couple of people with P5. You know, when it comes down to it, they say it's a top tier deck, but are you going to play the top tier? You could say it's top tier, but if people are not going to play it, it's not top tier. But yes, it did get a secondary reprint in Japan. We've had a reprint for a while. We have like 2-3 reprints of the P5, but I've never seen it top since it came out. So FYI on that, you all know how I feel about Batman. It needs to get out of here. Off meta decks mean that they have a different kind of mechanics. I think there was like card capture could attack the back row. You got a no game no life. You play a game. Fate Apocrypha, like GGO. I like GGO, and I'm gonna take that to the top. But we'll showcase those if you guys like these kind of videos. We are gonna actually switch on over now. We're gonna showcase you guys why those are meta decks. Why are those top? I only got 5 of them. What makes them so strong? So currently, if you took a look at, you know what I was always saying, those are always going to be the top cards. The two, I guess 2 regionals just ended off, or just finished, and I believe AOT topped 1. You had some top 3 was like AOT, SAO, ReZero, and I believe Bang was in there as well. So most finishers for AOT. So we'll talk about AOT first. So you're going to have, this is going to be from the second set to seize Frida Mikasa. So this is going to be a little bit of a unique card. When this card is placed from stage from your hand, draw, so you get a draw power, and it gets plus 2,000. The climax combo, right? Let's see, you deal 1 damage to your opponent. So when this happens, you get 1 ping. This is one of the most common finishers that they do have. When this card battle opponent gets reversed, you may pay the cost. If you do, deal 1 damage to your opponent. So this is going to do multiple damage. It's a double damage when you kind of finish it out. And that's why a lot of people like the AOT matchup versus GGO, because you have that 1 card. This is an additional card that's always there as well. It's going to be until the dying breath Armin. Here we go. If the number of other characters you have is 2 or more, this gets 1,000 power. Okay. Let's see. Auto. When this card attacks, you may pay the cost. If you do, choose one of your characters, give you 1 soul. During your opponent's turn, when the damage you receive is not canceled. This card is in center stage. I'm going to take a look at the top card of your deck and put top card. Okay, so this is just going to give, basically it's going to fuel the fire, give you more firepower on that. This is from the original, I believe the first set. So you're going to have Resisting Fate Aaron. And I'm kind of lazy to go through all this. Resisting Fate Armin, so you guys can go through it. Hopefully you guys can see it. And then you're going to have Resisting Fate Mikasa. Those are the 3 cards from the first set that a lot of people do use as finishers. So we'll kind of part ways with that. Now, SAO has multiple deaths because they have multiple different ones. So, the big one is going to be Last Shot Sinon. This was beginning when SAO first came. It was SAO or AOT. It's either one you're going to play. The reason why this is actually one of the stronger cards is that when this card is placed from stage, from your hand, or by a change effect, so there's a change effect, you may put the top card of your clock into your waiting room. So you just, most level 3 finishers have that. So pay 2. Put your cards in the waiting room. So, alright. Put a card from your hand to the waiting room. When this card attacks, so Phantom Bullet, you may pay the cost. If you do, deal 4 damage to your opponent. When this damage is cancelled, this card gets 3,500 until the end of your opponent's next turn. When this card becomes reversed, put this card in your memory. So long story short, it's 1,350 on the opponent's turn. So that's very strong, especially if it's kind of like your, I guess, last stand for the other side. They won't be able to reverse this card, so you can do it again. It's going to give you a lot of damage. Attack in Waves Kirito, Attack in Wave Asuna. So this is from the re-edit squad. If you have not seen it, this is like a multi-attack combo where I believe Asuna switches to Kirito, and you do like a multi-damage on this particular platform. As you can see, there's a lot of text to it, so you guys want to see this. But if you're doing a Link Strike, oh no, Link Strike's next, but this is going to be the Attack in Waves combo. It's these 2 cards right here. You will not be able to buy the booster boxes, as those are very sought after. It's the re-edit versions. You actually do see Lisbeth get some play, especially in this particular deck. Not too sure exactly why. This one is a madhouse as well. Very tough to get card, very expensive. But if you're going with the kind of like the Attack in Waves, this is going to be another card that's a very big staple for you as well. But this is going to be your Attack in Waves combo finisher for that. This is going to be your Link Strike combo as well. So this is from the movie Link Strike Kirito. Definitely it's a little bit on the strong side. When you place this card from your hand to your stage, look at top X cards. Blah 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 blah. It's among them, and then you put the rest of them rating equal to the number of cards you have. So basically, let me see. Choose up to 1 card from them. Put the rest in your hand. So basically, this is Searcher, and then you got the black. Okay, blah blah blah. You got Waiting Room. Link Strike is in the name of the card. Link Strike Kirito, and put it on the stage. So this is going to be major Link Strikes. This is going to be a cornerstone for Link Strike. It's basically saying that if you put the right climax, you may pay the cost. If you do, choose a character in your waiting room with Link Strike in the card in his name, except Link Strike Kirito, and put it on the stage. So you're able to summon additional cards with the Link Strike name. So long story short, they do use these 3 on the movie side of it, but that's a Link Strike combo where you're able to pull additional characters from your waiting room at a drop of something like a Link Strike Kirito. Alright, Konosuba. So this is, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't seen Chomusuke, you gotta watch it. Chomusuke is something that's Megumi has just the funny names, and it's what the whole funny thing is about. If you guys haven't seen it, I heard there was a whole Reddit thing about the sword Chun Chun Maru. It's nothing to do with any type of lightning strike or anything like that. It's just a made-up word. If you guys want to know more about that, one of these days I'll talk about it and what it really means. It's like a inside joke, or like a, as you know, it's a comedy, isekai comedy, but it's more on the just inner slang. Chomusuke, not used in, it's just not used. 100% is not used. But here we go. So we're going to talk about this. So main thing, Aqua is going to be your main one. This is going to be the real explosion magic. She always takes cornerstone of it. It's going to be the base card, Megumin. Very expensive, about $40 a card. Here we go. When this card is placed from stage to your hand, look up the 3 cards from the top of your deck. Choose one of the cards among them, put it into your hand. So you get to pull a card, right? And here we go. The link, this is going to be a climax combo. Main thing, all level 3 has to have a good climax combo. At the beginning of your attack phase, if a card, Real Explosion Magic, alright, it's a climax, and this card is, I guess it's active or playing face up, in your center stage, you may pay the cost. If you do, deal 4 damage to your opponent. Choose a level 3 or lower character facing this card and put it into your opponent's clock and arrest this card. This damage may be cancelled. Duh, no wonder people like this card so goddamn much. Alright, this is insanely powerful. Insanely powerful, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think Aqua's that strong. But see, this is the thing. When you have one and done sets, they don't get power like this. I don't know how Konosuba at one and done has this kind of a power. Yeah, that's insane. Let's see what Aqua has. During this card's battle, your opponent cannot play backup cards. Okay, cool. So you block the backups. When this card is placed from stage from your hand, you may pay the cost. If you do, your opponent chooses 2 climaxes in your opponent's waiting room, returns all cards in your opponent's waiting room except those cards into your opponent's deck. Okay. And your opponent shuffle. Oh, that's a jerk face move. Okay. So basically, you're just, yeah, you're just putting more fire to the fuel. Let's say if you've already seen he has one, or the opponent has one climax in his hand, one climax is inside of his let's say his stock, and then you see 2, you're just adding more fuel. More chance he will not hit his climax. So when card name Resurrection is placed, climb this card. If this card is in your center stage, you may pay the cost. If you do, choose Adventure or Goddess character in your clock and put it in any position on your stage. Alright. Okay. 100% when it comes down to it, these 2 cards are freaking insanely strong. Insanely strong, especially Megumin. And here's the other one. So this is from this level, I guess the other one. I don't know why you need a second power-up set, but these are the 2 that people do use. God, it makes me want to build a that Konosuba deck. 100%. I'm not too sure. I don't really care about those 2 in general are very, very strong. And this is the card that won it all last year. It's going to be the same thing that I do have, but the last portion of this is this. Well, you pay 3 stock, and then you pay 2 cards, and you toss it into your waiting room. When this card attacks, you may pay the cost. If you do, deal 5 damage to your opponent. So you gotta realize, if you're doing some massive damage, you're doing like a 4 damage, plus a attack, plus a 5, discussing 2 cards. This one can't play backups, and you're pulling a card onto the stage. I mean, oh, it actually won't, because you'll have this one. But just in general, Konosuba is definitely one of the stronger decks out there. Let's take a look at what we have. So this is from the set 1, and from the trial deck. This actually won. It's not. I don't think it's actually a great card. But put one card from your hand in your waiting room. When this card attacks, you may pay the cost. If you do, put the top 5 card of your deck into your waiting room and deal X damage to your opponent. X is equal to the number of climaxes revealed among those cards. Damage may be cancelled. I mean, this is probably a little bit pinger, but they did have these 2 cards as well. Rem and Ram. Rem is going to be if the number of climaxes in your waiting room is 2 or less, this card gets -1. Oh, that's actually pretty damn strong. -1 level, okay. This card gets +1000 for each marker underneath this card. Okay, auto. Alright, what is this? When this card is placed, battle opponent is reversed. You may choose 1 magic from the waiting room and put it face down underneath this card as a marker. Oh, so this is just gonna, it's gonna bulk itself up. Natsuki, this is gonna be when this card attacks, you may pay the cost. If you do 1 damage. So this is also like a Mikasa ping 1 damage type of card. The other 2 is going to be Emilia. If Chomp Chomp Puck, everybody likes the Chomp Chomp Puck. It works with this one, that's why. Is in your clock. This card gets -1 level. So in general, you could bring this out in level 2. Let's see. When this card is placed from stage hand, you look at top 3 card of your deck. Choose up to 1 of them. Okay, free draw. Climax combo. 4 more magic types. 1000. Yada yada yada. Here we go. Attack phase. Choose up to 2 opponent's characters, and those characters get -1 soul. So this is okay. But I mean, I guess it's gonna basically knock them down if they have a lot of assist. During your turn, if all your characters are Rem and Ram. Alright, this card gets +2000. Okay, to draw. Let's see. Pay 3. Put 1 character, Ram or Rem, in its card name into the waiting room. It activates. Okay, once per turn, right? Okay, 1 time per turn. So this is going to give you the number 1 hero, okay, and the climax. Alright, this is so insane. If you do climax area and put all your characters have Rem and Ram in this card, you may pay the cost. If you do, stand this character and get 2000. Maybe it might be a double attack, I'm guessing, but not too sure. So some of these, so the main thing on Weiss Schwarz, you gotta read the text a lot. Last but not least, we'll talk about Bang Dream. Bang Dream's gonna be insane. They're making a ton of money. Popularity is high in Japan, so you're probably going to see way more sets. Currently, these 2 took it all in one of the things. Sounds of the Beginning, Katsuma Toyama, and Poppin' Party Toyama. This is actually from the trial deck. We do have those. But these are the ones you kind of want to watch out for. These are the heavy hitters. So, Yukina. Very difficult to get. $40 card, just like the Megumin. When this card is placed on stage from hand, you may pay you may put the top card of your clock into your waiting room. The climax combo 3, alright, and you put 2 cards from your hand into your waiting room. When this card battle opponent gets reversed, if Intense Shout is in your climax area, you may pay the cost. If you do, perform the following actions 2 times, deal 2 damage. So it's 2 and 2. So if 1 gets cancelled, the other 2 hits. That's why this card is so annoyingly strong. Kokoro. This is going to be the other card that people are going to be playing. In LA, they're going to be playing just a banned type of tournament, which a lot of Yukina players and a lot of Kokoro players are going to be there. There's going to be a Toyama player. There's going to be a lot of Poppin' Party. What is it? Rosalia and what is this guy's Happy Happy World or something? There's going to be insane stuff going on. And that's why 100%, if you're going to be meta, play Bang. It's going to be the easiest thing. But right now, to get like the Yukina is very difficult to get. But here's Kokoro. This ability activates 1 time per turn. During that turn, this card is placed from stage or hand. You may, when damage is dealt by this card is cancelled, you may put the top card of your deck into your waiting room. And X damage to your opponent. X is equal to that card level +1. Interesting. If this card name is the Thief Stuff is in your climax area, you may pay the cost. If you do, search card deck for blah blah blah. Roll opponent, shuffle deck, and search. If you search for 2 or more cards, choose 2 or more cards and put it in your hand and put them into your waiting. That's not bad, but the top ability is actually strong. So you imagine if you pair this one with this one, 4 of these and 4 of these, but you just use the top ability, but you use the main ability of this one. It's very strong. So ladies and gentlemen, those are going to be your top cards for the English meta. Hope you guys like it. Hit that like button, subscribe, make a comment till we get that 1,000. Alright y'all, take care.